Hey guys, this is a review for 3D ASAT camouflage. I hope you enjoy this. This is supposed to be all-terrain camouflage that is used for fall, spring, and summer. I don't really personally think that it would be for all the seasons, but I'm definitely sure it would work very well during the fall, as you can see here. So you can see in the background, it kind of, the coloration matches the environment. So this set comes with, it's basically a mesh with attached 3D leaves of ASAT. And yeah, so that's how it looks like. It's got a zipper, very simple. I like it because you can put it on top of your uniform. So I've put it on top of my raincoat. It does come with the pants, which you can see right there. And it comes with a balaclava, which I basically pulled back into my hat to cover my, just to cover my hat and to give me a chance to unfold it if I need to. So that's how it looks like, more or less. You can see it does match the environment quite well. Now this camouflage, I mean, again, I like to roll it up into my hat so that I can breathe easily. I kind of prefer to have a free flow of air. And this camouflage, as you can see, I'm gonna hold it out like this. You can see that it really matches with the environment quite well. From the top, look, from the top, I will put my arm out, I'll put my head down. You tell me, what do you think? Okay. Now, in my opinion, it's a pretty darn good camouflage for the fall. I think it could work. I think it could work in the in the spring and summer. I mean, there is still a lot of foliage like this in wooded areas. So definitely, this should be also great camouflage in the wooded area. Not necessarily if there is a lot of green vegetation on the ground, obviously, but I think it's quite a good camo. And let's take a look one more time here. Okay, I'm gonna go down like this, and you can see how well it merges, you know, from even from up close, right? I mean, if I'm gonna put my arm out on the ground, and you know, the farther away you are, I guess the harder it is to see, but in my opinion, even this is pretty darn good. So I like to use this camouflage at this time of the year, together with another camouflage that I'm wearing underneath. And this is actually a Polish camouflage, Pantera, WZ Pantera. And I find it's actually quite good too. I find it quite well made. This is a Gore-Tex. It's quite warm. It's got pockets on the inside here. You can put your stuff in. Pockets on the other side. You can also put the stuff inside. And it's got pockets on the sides, right here, and on the other side. And it also comes, this Gore-Tex suit comes with a pair of pants, which in this case they have actually a side pocket. And yeah, what I like to use at this time of the year as well is this German Multicam. As you can see, it's quite different than the North American Multicam. I would say that the coloration of this camouflage is actually, in my opinion, if you look at the background, I know, let's take a look if you can see, but I'd say the coloration is a little closer to what we see in the environment here compared to the US Multicam in particular. I'm gonna make a review on different types of multicam, such as the German, the Russian, the Polish, the American Scorpio, and other types of multicam that exist out there, such as multicam vegetato as well. Now, the sweater I'm wearing, that's actually a French military Woodland sweater. I think, to be frank with you, based on my observation, this camouflage, the Woodland, the French Woodland, and this Polish camouflage as well, I think they're quite good in spring, summer, and fall. I'm a bit, one thing that I am a bit concerned about is that the darker camouflages are easier to see in the forest. I find that they're just too dark, and that is, to me, that's an issue, because it basically makes you more visible. For that reason, I prefer in general to wear ghillie suits on top of regular camo. And once again, I'll show you the this multicam. It's I think it's a beauty, because this camouflage actually has it's reversible. So it has two sides. One is what looks like kind of like coyote brown color, and on the other side it's multicam. And I think it's, if you can see, it looks pretty darn good. I think it's very applicable. Again, you can probably use it throughout spring, summer, and fall. I find this coloration is, based on this German multicam, is much more effective than multicam Scorpio, especially in more northern United States, Canada type of environment, and Europe, especially northern Europe. Okay. What else can I say? I use this German multicam because I find this particular sweater is made out of some kind of a nylon material. You can see it's made by Miltech, and it's made out of some kind of a nylon material that's quite soft and smooth, and it's really warm. So I really love it for that reason. So that's part of the reason why I wear it. And again, going back to my ATEX, I think ATEX is really good. I do recommend, if you buy yourself ATEX suit, I recommend that you get yourself a suit that is a bit bigger for your size. So if you wear size large regular, go for extra large. In particular, if you like to wear, like I do, a little bit longer parkas, a little bit longer jackets, I think you're gonna like that quite a bit, because that way your suit, your ATEX, as you can see here, like in this case, this ATEX does not go as far as my raincoat, which can be a bit of a, I mean, it exposes you a bit, that particular camouflage pattern. I don't think it's too much of a big deal. I mean, I think it's kind of right. I mean, it gives you an access to the pocket, though, a little bit easier, but it does expose you. So if you do want to be more camouflaged with this, then by all means, get yourself a bit bigger jacket or a bigger size than what you currently wear. Other than that, what else? Let me show you another thing here that I use for my camping. So this is actually, I'm gonna see if I can show you this. Let's see here. So this is my campsite, and I'm using a British DPM tarp. I find it's pretty darn good. It's based on this is the British DPM Multicam. I think it works quite well in this environment. You be the judge. Maybe a little bit too bright. Maybe the colors are a little bit too distinct compared to the ground, but it works really well. It holds against the rain quite well. So I do highly recommend this one. I think it's quite good. You can see the coloration is very different than the United States Multicam Scorpio. Not too different, but again, the colors are, you can see more of a DPM style in this camouflage, more squiggly type of a camo. And again, the coloration is a little bit lighter, not so dark. Here, I want to show you guys, I got this tarp. This tarp is from Denmark, from the Danish military. I love it. I just used it for the first time, and this tarp is solid, like really good quality. It's rainproof, it's waterproof. It's very it's very thick as well. So I like to use this, as probably some of you guys who are really big into camping or whatever you like to do in nature. I like to use this tarp on top of my tent to basically protect the tent from the weather conditions. And what else it's good for, as you can see here, I chose not to roll the tarp down, and actually it was able to collect some rainwater. Now the rainwater, I'll make another video about it. There are people who say you can drink it, you cannot drink it. Some people say it's acidic, some people say it's alkaline. It's kind of all over the place. But I did some research, and rainwater, I'm here in a wooded area, far away from the city, far away from any factories or farms that use, toxic sort of, how do you call that? Toxic pesticides and so forth, So in general, the rainwater may contain some pollutants and some pesticides from the environment. So as I'm filming this, you can get a good idea again of how this camouflage works in the area. But from what I know about this particular water, as most water that you can find in nature, as long as it's relatively clean, if you boil it, some people say 1 minute rolling boil. So you wait until it boils and until the water starts bubbling up. You do that for about 1 minute. Some people say that's safe. Some people say 3 minutes, depending on the elevation. If you go higher up, so up to like 2,000 meters above sea level, they say to do it for 3 minutes. And some people say 10 minutes, just to be safe rather than sorry, because the water that you're gonna find in nature, it does, as it goes through the air, it picks up some insect particles and bacteria and even viruses like hepatitis A. So boiling it for that time period, I'd say probably stick to 10 minutes. That would be my best bet. It actually kills it all. Now you may not be able to filter out any pesticides or car exhaust and things like that if you are close to a farm or if you're close to a city. But here I'm actually in a pretty clean environment, and I've never tried it yet. This is my first time actually. But the good thing is I am thinking ahead of time. So as soon as I get back home, I'm going to take some neem, Neem, neem. It's a type of a herb that is very powerful for fighting. It's very powerful for killing parasites, and as always, olive oregano, also very powerful stuff. So I highly recommend that. Once again, you can be the judge yourself. I mean, I'm obviously holding the phone in my hand. It would be great to make a video where I can actually hide and you can try to see me, just to see more for effectiveness. But I think we can pretty much agree that this camouflage is darn good, and I'm not being paid obviously by ASAT or by those other companies. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I think it's a cool camo and it's actually quite effective in an environment like this. My other word of advice, if you are into camping in nature, get yourself bear spray. Okay, I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry, considering there's wild animals like mountain lions and bear and coyotes and things like this. So here's the one I use. It's actually quite effective. It's tested. It's very powerful. Wild Max. Yeah, pretty easy to use. I keep it in my pocket wherever I go. What else? Yeah, so I think this is a pretty good, some pretty good information here. I'll make some more videos about other stuff that has to do with my camping. One more other thing about the shoes. Let me show you the shoes I wear. I like Japanese stuff, so I'm wearing what's called Japanese tabi shoes. You can see here they're basically a military type. They are camouflaged, and they also have the separate toe, and they have, you may not be able to see here from the bottom, but they have a lot of spikes. They have rubber spikes on the bottom, which allow you for better traction on the ground. I personally highly recommend those. They're warm, they're water resistant and comfortable, and I think you'll be happy. The only drawback with those I found so far is that, let me show you here, on this boot here, some of the glue just came apart, and it's my first time using those. And I don't know, whether it's got to do with the fact that it's a Japanese company that produces it in China. Don't want to generalize, but usually from what I know, Japanese products are pretty darn good. But this one is made in China. It's a Japanese company that produced their stuff in China, so it is what it is. Alrighty, I think you got a bit of an idea of me walking with this stuff around. This gave you a clearer picture as to what you're looking at, and yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me thumbs up, ask any questions you feel like asking, any feedback, and and any suggestions you may have for other future videos. Okay, so, or what is your experience? What do you find works for you the best in the fall? Okay, I find again ATAX 3D I think is the bomb from all the different camos I've tried so far. And you have a great day and take care.